Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a compilation of short games from WCS Austin 2018, which just means that I went through the entire replay pack, found replays that were short, and decided to cast them. This is not necessarily cheese, but if it is, I will be very, very excited. Game number 1 of our short games compilation will be between Kelazhur and ShoWTimE on 16-bit. In the bottom left-hand corner, it's the red Protoss player, ShoWTimE, from Germany. And then the Brazilian Terran player sporting blue, it is Kelazhur. This is before he left Root Gaming. No longer with Root, but ShoWTimE is with Arma Team. I'm actually unsure who else is with Arma Team. I suppose I could look that up on Wikipedia at some point. But again, these are going to be short games. This probe's moving out. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a cannon rush. In fact, it's not a cannon rush because there's a gateway and an assimilator coming up from ShoWTimE and a single barracks from Kelazhur at home. So this very well could just be an example of a game that is short. Somebody goes for a 1-base attack or a very quick 2-base timing all in and just wins. And these are the games we don't normally see on the channel. And I figured we want to see that other side of StarCraft. We want to see the other side of StarCraft2, where the games aren't all 15 to 20, 25, 30 minutes long. They aren't all crazy macro fests. Sometimes they're over very short, very, very quickly. And that's what I want to highlight here for you today. Give you some idea of how the pros handle early attacks, how the pros commit early attacks. And that's what this is going to be all about for your Sunday series. Also, if you have any requests for any series you'd like to see cast for Sunday, shoot me an email at falconpaladin@gmail.com or hit me up in the Discord server. There's a link in the description to the Discord server. About 150 to 200 StarCraft fans are there. We talk about a lot of stuff. StarCraft, Brood War. We also talk about TV shows and movies and other games and hobbies that we have. It's a good time. Everybody's very nice to each other. And really, I think you'd enjoy it there if you came and hung out. Alright, so we got our Reaper on the way. I suppose we could name our Reapers. I don't generally do this in short game compilations, but you know what? We'll do it today. We'll do it today, in fact. This Reaper's name is First! A YouTube commenter who was arrested by the Dominion for the crime of spamming First on every video known to man and sentenced to the Reaper program. Now, the only thing he will be first at is dying. Oh, not true! Probe down! What was this probe doing over here? Was that proxies, maybe? I don't know, the Stargate's here. Did he start that after he got the probe discovered? Possibly. Possibly he was going to proxy Stargate over here, but got chased down by First instead, who was not the first to die, as it turns out. So, I mean, this looks very standard from Kelazhur. One rack to expand into a factory. Going to go for some Hellion pressure here on the Protoss player ShoWTimE. There's no wall for him, and his expansion isn't the safe location. So I'm surprised he doesn't have anything defending this. I guess he has a single Adept up here, waiting for the Reaper to come in. Are there other places on this map? Yeah, right here's a hopping space, but otherwise that's it. So Adept doesn't have very much ground to cover. That said, still needs to be exceptionally vigilant. Do we have an Oracle too? Holy connectides. Connectides? Shenectides, I believe is how that's supposed to go. Did you just hop in first, you crazy first person? Well, you're dead now. Crazy and dead, as it turns out. Alright, where are my Oracle names? I have some Oracle names here. Here's one. This Oracle's name is going to be Pinkie Pie. The pink party pony got lost on her adventures beyond the fourth wall, ending up in their Protoss robotics facilities. She believes in spreading friendship and joy to all sentient beings, but her mind was twisted inside the factory. She still tries to reach out her arms to hug, unaware that she is actually firing twin pulsar beams that eviscerate her target of affection. Dang, Pinkie Pie, that's bad. Bad times for you. You think you're hugging folks, but you're actually murdering them. Alright, Pinkie Pie, what you got for me? Oh, free Widow Mines, probably. Oh, it just throws down a Revelation? Really? Alright, so Widow Mine drop, actually, not Hellion Pressure. Derp. I guess Hellion Pressure against Protoss is not as common, considering Stalkers are usually out. Are you going mass? Okay, so double Oracle plus Phoenix here from ShoWTimE. Meanwhile, going to be double Widow Mine drop from our friend Kelazhur. Let's see exactly how he does on his first foray here. Oracle is ready for this. They scouted it. Ooh, a Stasis Ward, too. A Stasis Ward catching those Widow Mines before they can burrow is actually kind of genius. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of this out of ShoWTimE for sure. So, Adept back home, patrolling with a Phoenix so that the drop is not able to get in very easily. I mean, it can get past the Phoenix. The Phoenix can't kill it before it gets in here, especially if it has a boost available, and I'm sure Kelazhur will have a boost available there. But it makes it think twice about coming in. Coming in, unloading, and then going out is a lot harder to do when there's a Phoenix running around. Just slow burning it down the right side here as Kelazhur. ShoWTimE's going for a third Nexus. No sign of a third base here yet. Just kidding. Third base on the way from Kelazhur. I need to stop looking, right? I need to stop assuming I can see the third base on location, because Terrans can build them inside their mains if they're feeling safe, and today Kelazhur is. Oh, double Widowmine drop. Really? Widowmine's down the left side. Widowmine's coming up the right side here. This base protected as well. There's a Phoenix ready. Ready, go, get it. No. And trying to boost in while that's happening. Double Phoenix, miss it. Oh, they missed it. Are you kidding? Oh, catching one of the Widowmines. The other one's going to fire on a single probe. Oh, big hit though. Big hit. 9 kills there. More drops here inside the natural base, and gonna fire on something. No, Stasis Horde catching another 2 of them. Gonna lose this first medevac, the second one. Oh, it's a Hellion drop here too. There is Hellion harass, but of the drop variety, and gonna chase down. Oh, Widowmine firing on that Phoenix, lifting and killing it first, and then going after this medevac here. If they can catch it, I feel like they should be able to. Hellion's running the heck on out of there. So I don't know. I don't know if that was worth for Kelazhur. We're looking at 18. Oh my gosh, 18 probes killed. Still, it's only 43 to 44. Oh, this guy fired too. That guy. Oh, Oracle gets killed. And that's the good game. Wow. ShoWTimE tapped out. What? Hold on, ShoWTimE. It is 45 to 46 harvesters. Yes. You lost 18 workers and a couple oracles. I understand that, but there was nothing back home for Kelazhur. He had a Viking and like 5 Marines, 6 Marines. You had 3 bases up. You had 3 chrono boosts available. I don't get it, man. This is a really weird example of our first short game. It didn't have to be a short game. ShoWTimE was okay. I talk about this a lot with you guys, don't I? Where if there's a lot of aggression early on against you by your opponent, and you hold it off, you're actually in a good spot. You're in a good position, even if you lose a bunch of workers, because Kelazhur cut a lot of SCVs to make that thing happen. And it's only 1 down with 3 chrono boosts, 3 base production here. Sure, there's a third base that's done for Kelazhur too, but 3 base versus 3 base with even worker count, I really don't see why ShoWTimE tapped out there. I don't. I mean, he didn't have much. A Stalker, a few Phoenix, and 3 Adepts, but again, there's nothing back home for Kelazhur either. Weird. Maybe just the mental stress of it caused ShoWTimE to tap out. Okay, that's not going to be it for us. That's just game 1 of an entire compilation. So we'll come back with another one in just a second. All right, game 2 of the short games compilation will be between Massa and Lambo on Acid Plant, the latter edition. So again, a very short game coming at you. Not going to tell you how long it is, just so you can wonder when the game will end. Is it 2 minutes long? 3 minutes long? 4 minutes long? Longer? Yes, game number 1 is about 6 minutes, but that is no guarantee of how long this game will be. All right, so Acid Plant made it from the last map pool into the current map pool, which means it was pretty popular, not vetoed very much among the player base. That is my understanding. Lambo's going for a hatch first. Massa is pretty cheesy, pretty darn cheesy, pretty darn aggressive. Lambo, on the other hand, known for being a very safe Zerg. He's not going to be super aggressive on the other side. I'd be surprised if Lambo's the one to come out here and really get swinging against his Terran opponent. But I could be wrong. I've been wrong before trying to predict this kind of stuff. And right now, I mean, he is waiting. He is waiting on this pool. He's waiting on his extractor. He's droning up as hard as he possibly can. This is not the sign of a Zerg player that wants to get some aggression done against his Terran opponent. Sure, the pool's coming down at some point. And actually kind of using the wall off this front a little bit. This ramp up into his main base. Interesting positioning on that one. I suppose drops aren't likely to get it, and Terran's not really coming up this ramp for the most part with anything that can kill buildings. So not bad. Not a bad idea. SCV coming down for Massa. All right. Is this scouting or is this proxy? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely another Reaper on the way. So why don't we go ahead and name this Reaper. Reaper's name is going to be Hank the Hill Hopper. He sells propane and propane accessories, spelled P-A-I-N instead of P-A-N-E, which is the traditional Hank Hill type situation. Ah, bunker going down. Are you serious right now? Well, he saw it coming. What the what? How did he... Oh, Overlord. Overlord saw the SCV come in and said, all right, Moss is not doing this unless... He's not bringing an SCV down here unless there's something on his mind. And there was. So shuts it down. Lambo shuts down the aggression. There wasn't really a lot committed there for Massa. He ended up, as far as resources lost are concerned, losing 25 minerals. So 25 minerals lost at this stage of the game. Not really enough to tap out, I don't think. If you're Massa or Massa, having a bit of a brain aneurysm here, which I do when I've got 3 kids. All right, so Reaper's here. Hank Hopper, rather. He is hopping. He's going to go ahead and try to get some kills here. Get a KD8 charge in him. Let's get off the creep, Hank. There he is. Getting right off the creep and heading on back home. So third base, yeah, Lambo playing this thing macro style all the live long day. And a third base coming up here for Massa too. How is this a short game? Let's investigate. How is this a short game? It's 25 to 22 harvesters. Zerg player looking good. No questions for him. His drone count is up 25 to 23. He's got a third base coming in quite nicely. I mean, it's more than halfway done at the 3-minute mark, which is where you want to be. You're just so comfortable there if you're a Zerg player. Whereas if your third base is late, you feel like you're playing catch up. It messes up your timings. But this timing is just beautiful for the Lambo. All right, so Starport, yeah, it's just a 1-1-1 build with the command center thrown in here. Well, I guess another second command center thrown in here too for Massa. So double Hellion opening here. Maybe the Hellions come in and get a lot of damage done. That could happen. I mean, we do see Hellion openings against Zerg quite a bit. It doesn't necessarily mean they do a ton of damage to the point that they win the game, but that does happen sometimes. I just don't cast those games because they are short. They are not macro style. But 2 queens protecting the third base. He isn't saturating it with drones quite yet. He's got 1 drone here, but nothing too crazy. Hank has no kills, running around trying to check for proxy hatches at gold base locations and whatnot. Zergling checking to see, is there a third base up? No, there's not there. Could potentially third base location here and potentially third base location somewhere else. He's rolling in, and he does get a scout off that there is a natural base location. Otherwise, Lambo is playing completely in the dark right now, which I'm not a huge fan of. Viking, Marine, probably getting some tanks here with that tech lab on the factory. And Hellions rolling in. 4 Hellions and their Reaper friend named Hank. We've seen this 100 million times. Creep spread. They do get the tumor. Nicely done. Tumor down. And gonna try to make a run by. Oh, tried to block it. Couldn't block it there. All he's got is queens and a couple Zerglings. Oh, this could go exceptionally poorly. The drone's actually holding position here, keeping the Hellions in range of those queens. A lot of them are very injured. 2 of them die in quick succession. Lings rolling on up, trying to get rid of this Reaper and Hellion, and they do. So they do clean it out. And how many drones died? 14 drones died. This is very much like game 1 of our compilation, where the aggressive Terran player is able to kill a bunch of workers. But look, 39 to 37 harvesters. Lambo, you're okay. You're A-okay. Viking picking off some overlords in the sky. Lings running up this left side. I know Lambo's not comfortable. Once again, that is the key operator word here. Is not comfortable because he lost so many drones that he has to replace effectively, which he's actually not replacing, making Lings instead, and some Banelings. Oh, does he worry he's that far behind? This tank positioning is perfect. Terran players, if you're not putting tanks here against Zerg or even against Protoss, you can cover this front wall quite nicely. Actually, better against Zerg, just for this specific reason, Lings and Banelings. But there's nothing really to Baneling bust here. That wall is wide open. There is a tank. There is a tank, which might make you think twice about this. The Lings coming in first. Taking that tank fire. Trying to target fire the Banelings. No. Now target firing the Banelings. Lings getting right on top. Oh, can they Baneling bust the front? They do get through. And there's Lings inside the main base. Right on top of the... Oh, the splash damage all over. Right on top of the tank. Right on top of the Marines. Another tank comes out. Tank on the corner goes down. More Banelings starting to come up here. Can Lambo end the game here? It looks like a pretty nice cleanup there from Massa with the SCVs helping with it quite well. There are Lings rolling in additional Lings. Nice hold position on the SCVs though. Oh, Baneling exploding on an SCV that's building a supply depot. Pretty good hit there. 26 to 38 total harvesters. More Lings rolling into the natural base location. More Lings rolling in to the main location too. Can they finish off this tank? The repair on the tank needs to be there, and it's not there. The tank is down, ladies and gentlemen. It is 84 to 33 total harvesters. Lings and Banes for Lambo, but sometimes that is all you need if you're going to win a game of StarCraft 2. Another tank getting focused down. And is it going to go? It doesn't matter. Massa taps out. Massa taps out at 6:40. The counterattack. Baneling assault from Lambo caught Massa entirely off guard. He did not have a wall. He did not have enough tanks. He did not have a bunker. He did not have that many Marines. And his front got busted. The Banelings did not have to break this front wall. All they had to do was break the wall at the top of the ramp. And that meant the main base was sacrificial for Lambo. Good counter, or for Massa rather. Good counterattack from Lambo though. Dang, remember how he said he's not that aggressive? Yeah, he went for that third base. Really fooled Massa. Really fooled me too. for him to just suddenly cut production of workers and just go. I mean, he lost 14, so maybe he said, might as well just go at this point. It's going to be a bit of an uphill battle for me anyway, and not ready was the Terran player. So good job. Good job, the Zerg. That's game 2 in the books. Let's come back with game number 3 in just a minute. And it's another ZVT for you, this time between Hero Marine and Stefano on Catalyst, the latter edition. All right, so Hero Marine, the German blue Terran player top left, got Stefano in the bottom right, the French red Zerg player. The very friendly Zerg player, I'd say. He does more good luck, have funs, and well-playeds and hearts than anybody I know in the professional StarCraft 2 scene. He's just able to stay kind of even-keeled, less tilt than your average player from Stefano, I would say. Hero Marine, on the other hand, just a very nice guy, too. Don't have any complaints about him. He hasn't been known for bad manner or anything, but just known for his precision, known for his abilities to set up nice flank attacks with tanks, keeping those tanks protected, slowly sieging forward, getting rid of the Zerg aggression, and we'll see. We'll see exactly what he manages to do here today. Could be a Reaper opening. We're going to go through a lot of Reaper names today, which is probably good. Probably good. Some of you guys get to see your Reaper names actually used in a cast. And sometimes there's like a 2-month lag where you'll put a name in, then 2-3 months later it actually shows up on the channel, and sometimes you guys are like, what's the lag there? I use them every time there's a Reaper, and sometimes there's just not a Reaper opening for a while, or there's not a Terran game for a little bit either, and it just starts to add up. The days where there isn't a Reaper name available or needing to be used can really add up on us. Anyway, nothing too crazy here. I was going to say almost a double gas, but nah. He's just right next to the Vespene Geyser in a position that kind of looks like double gas on the minimap. Meanwhile, barracks and construction here for Hero Marine. He's got that gas income coming. He has enough to make a Reaper, but it's going to be a Marine instead for Hero Marine. And he's going to go ahead and throw down his natural base. 1 Rax expand, the order of the day. For him, it's really, I mean, unless it's a proxy, this is the build we see from Terrans more often than not. I get questions from people who are new to StarCraft. What build order should I do? And honestly, as Terran, 1 Rax expand will get you far. As Zerg hatch first will do pretty well for you, and in most situations, assuming you do scout a 12 pool from your Zerg opponent, and then 1 get expand works for pretty much everything for Protoss too. So learn those basic openers, and then learn different timings on exactly what you want to do with your higher tech structures, and you're going to be just fine. Getting these openers down is really what matters. Check out lotv.spawningtool.com for more information on build orders, because a lot of great players out there, like Railgun, actually submit very detailed build orders with videos explaining how to do them. So if you're stuck in StarCraft, can't quite level up, can't quite get promoted to that next level, check it out. Check out the lotv.spawningtool.com replay section for more help. It's going to be worth it, I promise. Third base on the way from Stefano at 2.5 minutes. So again, about starting this at sub 3. Not going to be done sub 3, but starting it at sub 3. So Stefano's not being incredibly greedy here, but getting that third base. You really need that third base if Hero Marine went for a 1 Rax opener, 1 Rax expand, which he did. And going to be Hellions, Marines, a starport here too, double gas from Hero Marine. I would not be surprised to see, I was just thinking about it, maybe see some Banshee openings. So the factory's going onto the reactor, which usually means additional Hellion pumps. Yep, double pumping those Hellions. Barracks has got to be building an add-on, right? Generally, that's what barracks are for, an add-on of some kind. So you don't really see naked barracks all that much. Ling scouts the Hellion coming on down here. Single Hellion alone. The Marines are left behind to guard against intrusion by overlords, and Stefano isn't really even trying. He just has 1 positioned on both of these ramps, so we can see what's coming his way. So yeah, it's going to be single Hellion, nothing really to worry about. If you are Stefano here, additional Hellions coming in, another set of Hellions on the way from Hero Marine, more Marines, and a medevac. So it looks like a bit of a 1.5 base push here-ish here from Hero Marine. He's planning on having Hellions, Marines, and a medevac. Does he have... Hellbat. There it is. There's your armory. I was like, that seems wrong. Yeah, Hellbat. Hellbat push here with that medevac support. Medevacs can heal Hellbats, but not Hellions, which I've never understood. They transform into Hellbats. They don't add anything to themselves. They don't change themselves compositionally. Anyway, dumb. Dumb. Hellions rolling in. This is so many queen, though. 4 queens at the front. First Hellion gonna go down in the Hellbat transformation time. I think you can take down that 1. He's kiting here. Ling's rolling in to help with it. Nice micro. Bringing that wounded Hellbat to the back. That was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. 16 Lings coming in. 5 queens defending here, too. I think this is enough from Stefano. I honestly do. Hellbat needing to get picked up. Oh, saved! It does get saved by Hero Marine. Yes! Alright, so has he actually... He's lost one Hellion so far, one that was in the midst of transforming. But so far, this Queen defense, he doesn't even really have all the Lings yet. Here they are. They're not used much, but it is a Banshee follow-up. Cloaked Banshee follow-up. Hero Marine isn't going home yet. He's killing Creep. He's going to get a Queen. Nice Transfuse. Never mind. Oh, the Transfuse is good there. Bad place to fight for Stefano, so he does manage to pull back. Recognizing fighting in a choke against a ranged army like this, it just means instant death. Is what it means. Creep spread going down that ramp. Hero Marine being very cautious. It's 48 to 37 Harvesters, though. I think Stefano's going to hold this. I really do. I just feel like he scouted it. He knew it was coming. He scouts the Banshee before it gets on in here. There's already a Spore Crawler at each one of these bases. It's going to be kind of tricky to hold the Hellbat timing at the front and the Banshee at the back, but unless he just goes completely nuts with it. Also, the Ling counterattack. He says, I don't need these Lings to defend at home. Let's use him on the other side of the map, and he does. That command center is going to go down. Bam, a couple Hellions here. One Hellbat in transfer. Going to work with that to the attack at the third base location. Queens pick off the medevac. That's the beginning of the end for this attack. Lings on the natural base location. Going to try to take this third down. No, not going to happen. Focusing individual Hellbats down one by one by one by one. Lings rolling on in. The Queens are just wonderful right now. Are any of them going to die? Yes, one dies. But that is absolutely a fair trade. Stefano is okay with losing one. Lings in here. The natural base trying to kill more of these SCVs. Banshee is forced to stay back home and play defense against these Lings. And actually, a bunch of drones have gone down. 11 drones have gone down. 15 SCVs too. I don't think we're over. Banshee gets picked out of the sky with the Queen combined with the Spore Crawler detection. More Lings coming in. Nice lift though. Beautiful lift there. Lings in the... surrounding that Hellion in the corner. Hellbat. Transformation is real. More Lings rolling in, and that's your good game. Hero Marine is out. Wow, the power of a Zergling counterattack, man. The absolute power. Once again, that was just Stefano saying, I have enough Queens to hold this if I control well and transfuse well. I'm going to send these Lings that I made kind of in a panic across the map and see what I can do. Once again, Hero Marine cannot have a lot back home because it's all here at my front door. If I can hold that, I can do some damage on the other side. He did. Killed 16 SCVs, lost 11 of his own, but it was 41 to 33 with 4 bases. 4 base almost up here for Stefano. Resources lost 3,400 for Hero Marine and 2,200 for Stefano there in Game 3. So good job, good job. Once again, counterattack with Lings. Zerg players, learn that lesson. Hero Marine could not quite hold it off. Banshee was not enough, despite the fact that it had 19 kills. 56 Lings went down. All of those were on that Banshee. All right, we'll be back with more short games in just a second. PvZ on Redshift for you coming up next here. It's going to be Mana and uThermal, 2 players who are very popular on my channel. Alright, so Redshift. We don't see a lot of these on my channel. I feel like it engenders short games, and I feel like a lot of people have it vetoed because it's just so weird and so hard to hold this gold base, but you don't have to take that, you guys. Got a nice little safe natural expansion. This is just to tempt you. Anyway, it's going to be Mana and uThermal. uThermal known for his very, very aggressive play. Mana just known for standard. Just known for standard, but he can cannon rush with the best of them. So we will see. We'll see exactly how this works out here in our PBT between these two players. Please check out the Gauntlet Global Open. Coming at you at twitch.tv/GauntletSC2 at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Your Sunday night. I know you need to watch Westworld. I get it. But it's almost over. But you can watch it. You can watch Westworld after the Gauntlet Global Open is what I'm trying to say here. But check it out. We've got great players. We've got Snoot showing up to these things. We got Lozira. Special's been around too. Had Parting show up to a couple of them for the good times, and then some lower level up and coming young players as well. Young players like 16-year-old GMs that are taking games off Lozira. That kind of stuff. Future, for example, Starkiller's been around here too. Caleb Arikis has been involved in these, so check it out. Come say hello. Come say watch me. Come watch me cast live StarCraft 2 at a very high level with a co-caster in just Jordan. But yeah, twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. All right, Reaper on the way. It's gonna be G-Roy Jenkins. I don't know. Don't ask me. G-Roy Jenkins. Apparently a Leroy Jenkins clone or brother or cousin of some kind. But G-Roy's gonna try to get over here and kill some stuff. No real backstory for him. Just kind of a more entertaining name when you get right down to it. Barracks. Double barracks from uThermal. Oh. Is he going mass Reaper here? He's getting a reactor on that one barracks, and he has rallied across the map here. uThermal is known for this kind of aggressive Reaper play. We've seen it more when Reapers were better. They were nerfed a little bit, and it kind of fell out of fashion. But uThermal going to try to make this thing happen. Hopping up again into the main base. It's a pretty darn short rush distance. Not real bad at all. And oh, Stalker comes out at just the right time. But again, this is why we don't see a lot of Reapers versus Protoss. It's because the Stalker comes out at just the right time. The one gate expand for mana allows him to get a Stalker out exactly when a Reaper is going to show up, assuming it's not proxied, and he scouted and knew that it wasn't. Oh, Zealot coming on down to try to take down this SCV. SCV aborts construction and runs for his little SCV life. Another SCV comes down to finish, walks right past the Zealot in the process. That's kind of hilarious. Reaper here. Oh, you got to take down the SCV. You can't worry about the Reaper, man. Oh, once again, pausing construction. Marines are here. Stalker here, too. This early aggression I kind of like. The Zealot just absorbing shots. And one Marine gonna go down. Reaper taking a shot, running for his life. Come on, G-Roy. The natural base does get completed under construction here for uThermal. A lot of Marines and a Marauder here, too. Under construction. Is getting any upgrades? Yeah, getting +1 attack and just now starting stim is the uThermal. So natural base getting stabbed at by our Stalker, who shoots from the little diadem, the little oval thing on its head. Yeah, that Marauder's a big problem. Marauder does so much damage versus armored stuff, especially in smaller numbers like this. No concussive shell, mind you. Oh, corrosive by. Oh, loses one of the Stalkers in the process. Nicely done. What is this guy? An Urubu. Hello, Urubu. Oh, you're in the fog of war, so you're gone. Yeah, good hold. Good hold by uThermal. Good aggression from Mana, bringing the Zealot and the Stalker down. Pauses construction on the natural for just a little bit. Loses Stalker in the process. Loses the Zealot in the process, but kind of slows down the uThermal machine. Killing his own unbuildable rocks. Oh, almost. Down to 1 hit point. Was that on purpose? You don't want to leave that with 1 hit point. You can still misclick on it. Scanning the Protoss main to see exactly what's going on. The answer is, we don't know what's going on. Ah, he does. He does see the robotics facility. So it's probably going to be Immortal or a First Observer. Either one, I prepare for Immortals if I happen to be the uThermal. Marines, Marauders, are we just... It's just barracks, man. Observer perfectly set up to scout everything that's going on inside the Terran base. He sees no factories. No factories at all. Just double tech lab on barracks. Barracks with a reactor, and says, okay, it's going to be a huge bio push here. Likely a +1 bio push since that engineering bay exists. And not a timing push. +1's already done, and they're not anywhere near there yet. But still, stim will be done by the time they show up. So Immortals here, shield battery here too, got a couple Zealots, Stalkers, Sentries. Marine comes in to see what we're dealing with. It gets sacrificed. Sacrificial lamb to the Protoss army. I just feel like Mana's in a pretty good spot here. 2 Immortals versus 3 Marauders should be just fine. Versus the Marines, with a bit more of a problem here, but Guardian Shield will help with that. Stalkers and Zealots, if the Zealots can get on there, gonna be just fine too here. Checking to see, is there a third base as uThermal? No. Absolutely no third base location. Are we going to go for it, uThermal? I think it's time. No, he's actually pulling back. He does not like what he sees. Oh, the force field! Cutting the army in half. Oh, he lost some stuff for free there, did uThermal. That was not good for him. Coming on down is Mana, hoofing it from the north as fast as his little Protoss legs will take him. A lot of Marines on the ground, though. Remember what I said? Hard to deal with the Marines with the composition that we're seeing here from the Protoss player. Warp Prism going to reinforce at the front. Some Adepts. Excellent. Adepts are a great answer for Marines. Doing that bonus damage versus light. Holding the top of the ramp here is uThermal. He's not going to come down there, not for anything. And stimming forward, trying to pick off the sentries first of all. Nice Warp Prism micro. Keeping a couple of the sentries alive when they should have died. Absolutely. Coming on down is our Protoss player. He's up 90 to 69 supply so far. And can he get this thing done is the question of the day. The answer is bunker gets focused down. Another bunker gets focused down. Force fields keeping those SCVs away. A lot of units stuck behind those force fields. 80 to 72 supply. Another round of warpins, it looks like. Indeed it is. Additional Zealots, because you can't run when you're at the front door, and running against Zealots is exactly what you don't want to be doing here when it's your natural base. Pulling the boys. Oh, the SCVs are coming in here, lifting the orbital command. A lot of SCVs are dying. 17, 18, 19, 24 SCVs have gone down. It's 72 to 47 total harvesters, and it looks like Mana's got this thing well under control. Goodbye, orbital command. Getting shot down. Another warping of Stalkers here, trying to finish it down. And no, the high ground. Oh, managed to get out of there despite the force field. Finishing off the orbital command. It's 1 base to 2 base officially. 41 to 26 total harvesters. Yes, uThermal might be able to hold at the top of the ramp for just a minute, but it is definitely going to be the end of days for our Terran player today. Mana looking good against the Dutch uThermal. And yeah, once again, SCV is getting pulled. We can see that number increasing on the left side there, and that's your good game from uThermal. He taps out, and that's going to be it. Mana is your winner. Aggressive final attack there. Just dead impressive, too. Both players about 360 APM exactly, which is kind of weird. Resources lost, 31 for Mana, and 5,400 for uThermal. 38 Marines went down. Mana only lost 14 Zealots, which are pretty much expendable. 3 Adepts, 4 Stalkers, 5 Sentries. These Immortals did not die. 16 kills and 9 kills each, definitely paying for themselves. Woof. All right, let's get more. Let's get more short games here for us. Well, let's do it. We'll be back in just a bit. All right, 2 more fan favorites here for you. It's going to be Probe and TLO, this time in Lost and Found. Top right, red Protoss named Probe, and in the bottom left, blue Zerg named TLO. All right, looked long and hard for a ZVP that was short. Apparently ZVP lasts for at least 12 minutes, according to the replays that I looked over, so not entirely sure why that is. Maybe cannon rushing is out of vogue, maybe 12 pooling is out of vogue, I don't know. We'll have to see how this turns out, because this game is going to be short as usual. All right, throwing down the gateway first here at the wall is Probe. Going to do that Probe Scout action, which I'm such a huge fan of. The Probe Scout is such a wonderful thing to see. The hatch first from TLO, so nothing crazy here. We're not seeing any proxy hatches. No cannon rushes thus far, as that's definitely a gateway coming up for our Protoss player. Overlord coming over to make sure that is not going to be a cannon rush. Positioning the Overlord to get kind of these edges really helps. To see the Probe coming in and go to this corner and not come out actually will tell you enough information here too. TLO is adept enough to pay attention to where that probe is when it comes into the main base, and then if it goes into the corner and doesn't come out, he knows to pull some drones and deal with it. Or, I don't know, based on his timings, maybe he can have Lings out in time, but I don't think he can. Not with the hatch first opening here against Protoss. There's the expansion from Probe, so nothing too crazy from him either. This could, again, just be a bit of a 2-base attack. A Ling counterattack could win this thing too. For TLO, throwing up the Cyber Core at the front. There's not a pylon in the wall, as just Jordan likes to say. If he sees a pylon in the wall at this natural base for his Protoss opponent, he will Baneling Bust 100 times out of 100. He will just go for it, because this only has 400 hit points on it, compared to 1,000 for a gateway, compared to 1,100 on a Cyber Core. You can Baneling Bust that so much more easily, and get some Lings in and really finish off your Protoss opponent, unless they're really good. Good force fields can help with that. I know the times that I've tried to Baneling Bust a Protoss, they've scouted it very well and had force fields ready to go, and then your Banelings are like, oh, well, I don't have an answer for that. But Roach Ravager, pretty good opening here too. Overlord going to scout right on in, see exactly what we're doing here. No fear of anti-air at this point. Nobody's going to open with a Stalker against Zerg, because you really want to get that scout off, and Adepts are very good at that scout. On the other side, it's definitely going to be a Stargate on the way here for Probe. Stargate opening against his Zerg opponent. Probe checking to see, is there a third base here? No. Is there a third base here? By golly, there is. And yeah, missed it. You could have probably blocked it for a little bit, but the spawning pool is done at this point. Are there Lings out on the map? There are. And they're actually, wow, they're just coming right on up here, aren't they? They're going to die. Like, this Adept is going to pop out and kill them. But I guess in the meantime, they get a really nice scout off. They're not even really going after probes right now. They're just, yes, this is absolutely a scouting effort here. 2 Lings really aren't good enough to do much of anything else. Now that they've seen the Stargate, that's all the information they're going to get. Maybe they can kill a probe. Probably not. Getting with the probe control on display here by Probe. That's his name. He's got to have good probe control, because his name is Probe. Phoenix coming in here. Again, you can see it's a Phoenix. See the outline of the Phoenix right there inside that Stargate. TLO is good enough to recognize that and say, okay, not an Oracle. It's going to be a Phoenix opener here, which means I just should use Queens for defense. Don't necessarily need a Spore at this point. The second thing that comes out of the Stargate is interesting, though, too. If he can go ahead and see what comes out of there, there we go. He does see the Oracle coming out of that Stargate here. So let's go ahead and get an Oracle name ready to go. That Oracle's name is going to be Zora, forever loyal servant to the Dark Prelate Zeratul, even after his death. Zora's only response when given orders is "Thy will be done." Due to her exceptional record and steadfast servitude, Zora was granted full access to the Dalam's Dragoon technology by order of Artanis. Death is not the end of Zora. The Nerazim pilot will forever launch an assault on the enemies of the Executor. She will return. Dang, Zora, you're a true and faithful servant to the Protoss. So you're going to come out here and try to get some stuff done. Phoenix comes out first to look for overlords to kill. And you know what? There really aren't any. Where, though? Oh, this overlord ran way down into the corner. Look how far it ran in just the last couple minutes. That's amazing. I don't think he's going to get spotted either. Oracle swinging on in. See what she can do inside the main base. There are 2 queens pretty much in great position to knock her down, and she is. 3 queens and a spore. Nope, not even this Phoenix Oracle play is going to be enough to kill anything of Stefano's here. Absolutely not. Too many queens out, spores out too. He is prepared as you possibly can be. Good adept positioning here, making sure the Lings can't stop this. Oh, you know what? The probe was not actually protected that well. Will it get out of there? No, the probe does go down. Probe loses a probe. The probe control. Remember how I said it was awesome? Well, maybe not as good. Maybe not as good. All right, so it looks very much like an adept with a resonating glaive type attack here. 3 gates. I imagine we'll see some more come in here. 3 gates not really enough to get an attack off. It is 3 bases though, so it's not an all-in by any stretch. Again, Phoenix trying to do stuff. Double Oracle here. And might be able to kill some drones here inside the main base because the queens are not positioned for this. Spore Crawler enough actually to shove those oracles away. Zora and friend are actually just getting out. They threw down some Revelation and that was it. This is a lot of investment in the early game for Probe to get absolutely nothing done with it. Sure, you got a scout off, you got a Revelation down, that's fantastic. But otherwise, you got 0 drone kills. You have killed some Lings, but I think those are mostly with Adepts. Not so much with the Oracles thus far. And yeah, absolutely no kills on these Oracles. Early Oracle that doesn't get anything done just makes me sad. It makes me sad that I gave them a name and they were just underwhelming. Zora being underwhelming today. All right, well, here come the Adepts. Resonating Glaives is just about done. Another 20 seconds on that. Additional gateways are coming in. Double Robotics Facility is going to be the follow-up from Probe. And here we go. What do we have to defend against this? Ling Queen? Roach. Ling Queen Roach. Canceled the transfer. Probe decided to go home. I mean, Resonating Glaives is not done yet, so he doesn't really want to engage without Resonating Glaives. It increases their attack speed by, gosh dang, 40%. 45%. It's so good. But, I don't know, I guess you can take down these 3 roaches. Not lose too much. Yeah, that's not great. But look who's being aggressive. Ling, roach attack. Got some overlords coming up with speed. This is going to be a drop lord style attack. It very well could be. Stasis does catch some of the Lings here at the 3rd base. And that's actually enough to make TLO pull back a little bit. Regroup with his units. He's got the Overseer up. I guess he's worried about Dark Templar, but there is not a Dark Shrine under construction or completed at this point. Probe actually pushing this back. These Oracles are paying for themselves just to push the Roaches back. The Adepts here too to make sure the Lings can't really find any purchase. I'm really liking this composition. And 2 Immortals from Probe 2. 58 to 61 Harvesters, 3 base to 3 base. TLO's trying to end this early. I just don't know that he can. He's got some Ravagers. He's got Roaches. The Ravagers are going to be worth their weight in gold here, trying to knock down these rocks and allow more access to the 3rd base. Probe says, get away from those rocks. Those rocks are keeping me safe. Stop it. Stop it right now. Stasis still hanging on that single Roach that triggered the Stasis Ward at the 3rd base. Adepts, they're going to finish that transfer. That is a finished transfer. No, canceled. Canceled. Corrosive Bile is actually being used to kill these force fields and continuing to push on in here right now is the TLO. This is a pretty overwhelming attack. The Immortals are getting focused down first of all, as that's what needs to die. The Oracle's overhead trying to kill Roaches. They'll get there. It just takes them some time. Immortals, yes, the focus of these attacks is the Immortal, as if those die, the rest of this army is going to die. Gateway units are going to struggle against Roach Ravager. Queen's taking down Zora. No, the shield battery keeping her alive, and that's your good game. Probe decides it's time to tap out. I am overwhelmed. It is 158 to 64 supply. TLO is your winner here in 8 minutes and 16 seconds. It's a real standard 3-base Roach Ravager Ling Queen timing attack. He's able to spread that creep thanks to some tumors up here, thanks to some Overlord poop. Here we go. Overlord spreading that creep so the Queens are able to get up here for that anti-air. If there were Void Rays, it didn't matter. The Queen anti-air is just too good for that. Where do the Queens end up? Do they pull back or do they die? That is real. Oh, here they are. They are just to the left. I was looking for them over here instead. Sometimes I'm blind. You guys know that. All right, so good job, TLO. Getting the win against Probe there. with a very, very, very strong Roach Ravager Ling Queen attack at about 8 minutes. Okay, more coming at you from the Falcon Paladin in just a second. All right, another ZVP for you all here on Acid Plant. Once again, it's going to be Panda Bear Me versus ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE, you know. So let's go ahead and introduce you to Panda Bear Me, who is a North American, well, American Zerg playing for Meliora Esports. He has been around for a while here, kind of a younger player. Born in 1998, which makes him 20 years old today. He is actually competing here in WCS Austin qualifying rounds to try to make it to that round of 16. He began his gaming career in Wings of Liberty, which is basically means he started playing in 2010-ish when he was like 12. So he got started in StarCraft pretty darn early here. He has played against players such as Game Time. He's played against Puck. He actually lost 4-3 to Puck in a best of 7 back in May of this year. So he's a pretty darn solid up-and-coming Zerg player. Would not be surprised to see him give ShoWTimE a bit more than he can handle today. ShoWTimE, again, the established veteran here. He's been around the block a million times. He's played against Zergs far better than Panda Bear Me and taken a game off him. But again, these are short games. Anything can happen in short games. I feel like the longer the game goes on, the more likely it is that the good player will pull ahead and actually get the win, as their superior macro style comes into play, their superior macro skills, as well as their skills overall in micro and decision making. But in the first few minutes, I don't know, it's kind of the Wild West. If you don't scout properly, you misread something, you can absolutely die to something like a Nidus you weren't expecting, or some kind of like crazy 2-base Muta thing that Panda Bear Me might go for. He's been a pretty aggressive Zerg so far in the games of his that I've cast as part of the Gauntlet Global Open. Again, every Sunday at 8 p.m. Twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. But for now, looks pretty darn standard out of him. Got that hatch, got the extractor, got the pool. ShoWTimE, on the other hand, as a cybernetics core as part of his wall. He does not have the pylon in the wall. It is behind it, as it should be for all you Protoss players. That's your pro tip from Falcon Paladin today. Yep, gonna go ahead and saturate this natural base too, and just really not much going on in the early stages. I'm kind of, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of sad. I'd really like to see some proxies, but apparently everybody played really standard in the WCS Challenger section here, or qualify. I don't know, the group stages, I guess, is the more accurate way to explain this. The group stages. You qualified for WCS Austin to make it to the group stages, and if you made it out of your group, you could compete in the round of 16. That's what it was. So Adept pushing out here for ShoWTimE. Back home has the double gas, opening up Stargate 2. And yep, Ling's getting rid of that scouting probe. Shouldn't really make it home. You know what? Actually kind of trying to drag the Lings away from the front door where the Adept is going to show up here. So that's kind of smart. Kind of smart there from ShoWTimE. Keeping the probe alive and at the same time making sure that the Lings, or trying to make sure the Lings aren't home for when the Adept comes in. But yeah, I got 4 Lings, got 2 more sets of Lings on the way. Actually 5 more sets of Lings on the way. He might be over-making Lings and a Baneling Nest too, though. Oh, is the Adept gonna scout the Baneling Nest? No. Did not scout the Baneling Nest. Oh, and a third base coming up too for Panda Bear. So this looks like a Baneling bust. The pylon's not even in the wall, Panda Bear Me. What are you trying to do here? Yeah, Ling's really protecting this corner. I mean, ShoWTimE did not see tech. He didn't see a Roach Warren. He didn't see a lair. That might be enough to set off the warning bells in his head. I mean, he's walling off, but walling off is not weird at this stage. The Overlord seeing exactly what we're dealing with. Shield Battery actually not going to help all that much against Banelings. Oracle perhaps will. Oracle perhaps will help with that, but I don't know about that either. It's honestly mostly a... Oh, are you seeing this? He sees the Lings. Is he going to see the Banelings? Sentries and force fields is what ShoWTimE needs here, and I don't know that he has it. Oh boy. Alright, he sees it now. He sees the Banelings coming in. He's throwing up additional pylons to try to stop this from happening. Banelings walking right on through. Oh, the Adept surviving longer than it should have. And oh my goodness, that was incredible. He holds. ShoWTimE holds there. Shield Battery keeps the Adept alive long enough for the pylons to finish, for multiple Banelings to be used to try to get through there, and by the time the Banelings were used up, the wall wasn't down. The wall was not down. He needs more Banes. I don't know if he can do it. We've got the Sentry here. He's trying to pick off the Cybernetics core, which would be a nice get in all actuality here, but the Adept can kill it from back here. The Sentry The shield battery is manually being used to heal up the cybernetics core a little bit. I like that play, and I don't know that Panda Bear Me can break this, but he's for certainly is trying. He's hiding some lings up here on the right side. He's bringing some from the left side too. He's hoping that ShoWTimE under-prepares for this. Hoping that he under-prepares for the attack that's coming. Is he going to lose the cybernetics core? Actually forced to kill his own pylon so that he can get out close enough to kill the lings that are killing his cybernetics core, and he's healing it. I think if he goes for it, man, the force fields are going to have to be really good for this one sentry. ShoWTimE also working on charge, also working in the Templar Archives. Oh, what is this? Oh, double Oracle. Woo! Double Oracle made it back over into Panda Bear Me's base. He was not ready for it. He doesn't have a queen at the natural base. And 7 drones have been killed. It's 47 to 27. Panda Bear Me needs to kill ShoWTimE in about the next 2 minutes or he's done. Or he's done. He's absolutely finished. And I don't think he can get through. This wall is tight. The longer these lings just sit here, I think the more dead he is. I like the aggression. I like what he went for here, but he needs to go. He needs to go, 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 go. He needs to come, make some banelings possibly. All right, actually moving out for the third base. Now's the time to try to possibly sneak in here while the army's protecting the third. Where did they recall? Where did they go? I don't know, but these zealots are coming in, and they don't even need charge. They are numbered enough to take down the adepts. The Zerglings that are trying to kill him. Yeah, this is really bad. This is really, really bad here. Can he get the cybernetics core? Bob the Zealot holding the line against the wings. The good force fields, not good enough, slipping through. Are the Zerglings attacking at this third base too, though? Could maybe force a cancel? Nah, the Oracles engage their profile breed, and that's worth it. It's worth it to save that third base. It is 46 to 42 Harvesters, though. Panda Bear Me is doing okay. Still 3 base to 3 base, which is not where you want to be against ShoWTimE. He's now getting an evolution chamber. It's mostly that he's just so behind on tech. His lair's not done yet. His Roach Warren is not done yet. Archons, yeah, beautiful choice here from ShoWTimE. Archons cannot be handled by Zerglings, especially not with a Warp Prism here. Third base is going to die. Big warping of charge lots, and that's your good game. Panda Bear Me recognizes the writing's on the wall. He's out, and ShoWTimE's your winner. So, yep. Yep. I figured that's what we were going to see there. So, good job. Good job holding. I'm actually surprised at how well that shield battery did healing up that adept. Because no shield battery there, and I think the adept dies a lot more quickly. A couple more banelings can explode on pylons that are warping in. Then I think the floodgates are open. But shield battery was a beautiful investment and definitely paid off for ShoWTimE. Okay, more short games coming your way in just a second. Figured I'd throw a little ZVZ at you all, so let's check this out. We got TLO versus True here in Redshift, the latter edition. So 2 players that I'm big fans of. TLO, the older player, True, the younger player, but ZVZ is basically fought on the edge of a knife, especially in short games. Alright, so top left-hand corner we have TLO, bottom left we have True, red versus blue here on Redshift. Again, a map that we don't see a lot of in the longer games that I cast, but apparently real good for shorter games, that's for sure. Oh, True decides it's time to take this base, time to take the gold income. I know it can be harassed from the back here by roaches, by hiders, by queens, which is really annoying, but totally worth it at this point in time. Overlord scouting down to see, is that what's going on, is the question of the day. TLO is not actually, there we go. He has now taken it. Ah, he's taken his gold too. All right, so double gold for these players. Very, very excited to see what's going to happen here. Who can hold on to it the longest, who's going to die based on early ling aggression, because there's really no other way to do this. You can't really let your opponent have the gold base, although I suppose if they let you have yours, there's worse things, right? There's worse things than if you have a gold base and your opponent has a gold base in a ZVZ matchup. Like, I feel like maybe you just kind of let that stand. Let that be the status quo for a while. Both players getting their pools. It looks like True's is a little bit further ahead. True's expansion a little bit further ahead here too, so he's just a little bit faster on his timings than TLO is. But again, TLO has just years and years of experience to draw from. He started as Terran back in Wings of Liberty, really known for his creative builds. Really pioneered the 1-1-1. I believe that was TLO. Just aggressive type stuff. Metavacking in Hellions into your opponent's base was something I first saw from him. And then moved to Zerg in Heart of the Swarm. And still pretty creative player. I just don't know that I've seen, I can't really name any creative strategies he's pioneered as Zerg. Still, a wonderful guy. Just if you've ever seen an interview with him, he's so personable, so willing to answer questions. So willing to give credit and love to other people in the community. He's not just all about himself, and I like this guy. I like the Dr. Dario. Baneling Nest from True. TLO is nothing, man. No Baneling Nest, no Roach Warren. You can't do this with Ling alone, my friend. You really got to tech up to something beyond a spawning pool, but he's not. He's actually just droning up, throwing up both players getting a spine crawler at literally the same second. True's is actually on the other side of the minerals, which I kind of like. True's is inside, a little bit easier to take care of, I suppose. Are we gonna? I would be hilarious if they just pushed spine crawlers up on the other person's gold bases. But at this point, with defensive spine crawlers, it's basically impossible, especially with this one here for True. All right, Ling's here for TLO coming down to the south. Ling's heading up to the north from True. Baneling Nest now on the way from TLO, but it's late. It is exceptionally late. Yeah, Ling's trying to see what they can see, and there's that spine. Just waiting to stab you. Right in the face. Are you gonna do it? Oh, he's walking his spine up here. Oh, I don't know about this. He's walking his spine up. Where's he gonna put it though? Overlord scouts this thing. This is weird. I don't think you can put it down. Spine crawler actually moves back a little bit, which I find a little bit odd. Yeah, I don't think True's gonna... Oh, are you gonna explode? Yes, here we go! Oh, no! Got one Baneling hit off. It did wound some of these drones, but... Oh, there it is. Spine can't burrow there. Spine really can't... I don't think he can burrow there either. It's taking damage from this queen. Baneling's coming in again. Good job. No, the drone's stuck! Bunch of drones go down there. That was 3 drones going down. Queen stabbing... Oh, wait. And there we go. Defensive links here from TLO 2. This is crazy right now. Trying to get us around. The Banelings do get canceled by TLO. TLO playing this pretty well. Don't! Ugh, that could have been a lot worse. That was about 3 or 4 lings for a Baneling. Could have been a much bigger group. 2 for 3 there. Excellent trade there from TLO. Lings for True. Going to win this battle up north, though. Some Ling defender's advantage kicking on in here. Lings defensively trying to show up. Queens holding the ramp, too. Trying to... Yeah, Lings actually can protect these Banelings, which I like a lot. Again, True winning these Ling versus Ling battles. Hasn't won a lot so far, but is definitely winning those ones. Zergling's coming down south for TLO. He feels like he has enough to defend. He's going to try to get some harassment down into offensive Banelings there, too, but it's getting scouted by True's stuff. Oh, True. Explosions and fireworks for everybody who loves the explosions and the fireworks. 20-19 Harvesters. This is exceptionally close. Like I said, one Baneling hit can win or lose the game at this stage of the game. You aren't watching your Lings closely enough for half a second and they're all gone. Bam, you're done. So stressful. Such a stressful position. If you've never played ZVZ, you can't quite know what this is about. 1 Ling for 1 Baneling. Good trade by True. Resources lost. 1,400 for TLO and 1,700 for True. Banelings exploding on Queens. Not what you want to see there either. Banelings coming in again. Pretty good hits. 6 drones have gone down for TLO. It's doing okay. A lot of these drones are injured, but otherwise I think they're just fine. Ling's running down the right side for TLO, trying to be very sneaky. Big old Ling group here for True, though. I feel like this is our Ling flood. I feel like this is what he's putting all of his money into right now. Zerglings. Don't go up the ramp. Don't go up the ramp. Yeah, all those Lings are dead. So many Zerglings here trying to attack this third base location. Baneling's firing. That was a pretty good hit there, but I don't think he has enough to hold. No, the Lings are through. The Lings are getting the surround on the Queens. The Queens are going to die. He couldn't hold the ramp. And the Lings are in. That's going to be it. There's nothing to defend here. There's a Roach. There's a Spine Crawler down here, but that's it. TLO with the good game. Taps out. True is your winner in 6 minutes and 11 seconds. Very quick. Very zippy little ZVZ. Not really, fairly standard. I don't think that there's anything weird about this game. It's just True was able to hold back home. The Lings attacking all died on a single Baneling, and then there just wasn't enough defense for TLO on the other side of the map. So, good job, True. Good control. APM for these players. 394 for TLO, 335 for True. Okay, more. We have a couple more, I'd say, maybe 3 for our short games compilation, and we'll be right back. For whatever reason, we got a lot of TLO today. He's been involved in a bunch of short games, part of the group stages for WCS Austin. Not sure why. Alright, bottom right-hand corner, Red Zerg player TLO. Top left-hand corner, Blue Protoss player Pili, who we've had on the channel before. It's been a while, though, I think, since we've seen Pili. on the Falcon Paladin channel. He's not making it to that round of 16 recently, and I'm not sure if that's just a result of possibly of bad luck, or I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how to explain that. Anyway, going to be another ZVP here. Just, again, another short game according to runtime. Basically, the StarCraft2 client will show you the runtime of replays. It's a fairly recent change. It's not exactly current. It used to be I kind of had to guess based on the size of the replay how long something was, and the more action there is in a game, the bigger the replay is. So I'd have some like 6-minute games that had bigger replay files than 12-minute games, and it kind of made it hard. But in this case, they do show you the length of the replay as you load it up in the StarCraft2 client, which is really useful and something they probably should have done years ago, but I'll take it. I will take it now. Thank you very much. Is that a Nexus first? Peely with the Nexus first against Germany's TLO, which he can't really punish. He went hatch first into an extractor into a pool. Lings are not going to be out anytime soon. What he has to do is scout this and then go for a very quick third, because at this point, Peely can do whatever he wants economically. He's going to be able to double pump probes very quickly, going to be able to have double chrono boost very quickly. If TLO doesn't scout this and doesn't get a quick third, he's going to be behind economically throughout the rest of this game. It's very hard to come back from this if you don't respond appropriately as the Zerg, which is a reason I like to drone scout. I know the pros don't for the most part. I know especially Zergs don't do it. They feel like the overlords are good enough. But I just feel like if you drone scouted in here and saw what you're dealing with, saw the double gateway opening, saw that really early Nexus, you'd be able to tell what you need to do. And right now, his third base timing is going to be fairly standard if he even goes for a third base. The other response here is to go for a 2-base timing attack, because that Cyber Core is just now getting started. And all Peely is going to have to defend with right now is Zealots. And if you show up with a bunch of Roaches and Ravagers, you can really wreck the Protoss player's day. Really destroy it. So we'll see what TLO decides to do. I'm looking. There's that third base. Okay, so third base timing about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So fairly standard stuff. I don't think I like this. I really don't think I like this out of TLO. I'm not going to say it's wrong. I just think that's not exactly how I would play this particular position, because he knows. He sees exactly what's going on here. And instead, he's going for the macro. He's going to go ahead and try to get ahead of Peely. It's already 30 to 25 harvesters. Okay, 27 for TLO. He's droning up very well, as he always does. Just until that third base pops, there's this little window where Peely takes a huge lead in worker count and can pretty much do whatever he wants. Stalker coming out of our gateway. Warp gate not even close to being done, because again, that Cyber Core was late and he's not chrono boosting it. What is he chrono boosting? Anything? I guess he's out probably. Yeah, doesn't have much. 50, 60 energy there. Overlord goes over on this high ground and says, haha, you can't see me. You'd think the Stalker would be able to blindly shoot up here and hit it, just because I know where you are. Just because I can't see you doesn't mean I don't know where you are. The Stalker would say, cold is the void. I can see you up there. Gateway. Dark Shrine. So either it's going to be Archon type stuff. Probably not Archon drop, because there's not a Cybernetics. Oh, there is a Cyber Core. Liar. Alright, so probably some kind of an Archon drop, or just DT drop straight up. We'll see if TLO is ready for this. He's just now getting a Roach Warren. He's going for a lair. And now it's 42 to 41 harvesters. He has the lead on worker count. It's 3 base to 2. And Peely's advantage is starting to fade away ever so slightly, ever so quickly right now. So the question is, does TLO defend against what's coming, which he probably should? Because you really have to defend pretty well against an exceptional Protoss player when they're using an Archon drop or a DT drop. Does he have detection is the question. He does have a Spore Crawler. Yeah, Spore Crawler's on the way. Going to be exceptionally useful. Really going to shut down any attempt at using DTs. At this stage, it's pretty much going to have to be Archon, which is better even if there happens to be a detection. So, yeah, just pick them right up. He doesn't need to make them into Archons now. He can do that later. But I'd be really surprised if he just tries to go DT here, because there's 3 queens at the third base. There's a queen at the natural. There's a queen at the main. He's got Roaches in production. Roaches are exactly what you want against both Archons and Dark Templar right now. So let's see what we get. Is he just going to unload? He's going to unload the DT straight up here. Wow. Can't lose the Warp Prism, though, dude. All right. Yeah. Try to kill those queens. That went really poorly for him. That War Prism took a ton of damage. Only has 21 hull points remaining. And the queens are fine. They transfused each other. Nothing died there. Detection was perfect from the Spore Crawler. Yeah. That was rough. That was rough from our Peely Peely. A pylon set up to try to establish the third is getting knocked down by 2 Zerglings for Peely Peely. Zealots get there too late to stop it from dying. And in fact, take shots from Lings while they're walking over here. And the Lings don't even die. Good control. Good timing there from TLO. Bad control from Peely Peely. Overseer scouts in, sees literally everything, sees the gateways. Sees no Stargate, which is good information to have here too. And what's his tech gonna be? Is he just gonna go Roach Ravager here? It looks like it's just gonna be Roach Ravager with Khalil Reconstitution. And that's pretty much all he needs right now, if I had to guess. Yeah, bring detection. And I don't think Peely Peely has a lot. He's got 2 Archons, 2 Immortals, and a Stalker. Army supply right now is 3,300 for the Protoss and 3,300 for TLO, so pretty close. But it is 59 to 44 total Harvesters, 3 base to 2 base. The advantage is going to be to TLO on economy. Archon drop, killing some of these creep tumors. Overlord gets picked off there too. Peely Peely is going to be the aggressor, which I really think he has to be based on how poorly that initial drop went. Here we go. Archon's in the front, absorbing shots. Adepts in the back here, trying to deal damage. Immortals in the back, trying to just wreck that Roach line is what they're there for. Corrosive Biles are super annoying to dodge for Peely Peely here. And here comes the Peely Peely. Does he have detection? No, he's got the robotics facility. He's not using it for observers though. Concave is up. Corrosive Biles dodged well by Peely Peely there. Force fields, I'm not sure where they were intending to go, but I don't think they hit their target. Hit their mark or target. Or Margit, if you're a Falcon Paladin trying to cast at 11 p.m. Which I am. Alright, Peely Peely coming up this ramp seems like a real bad idea. Corrosive Biles shutting it down. And here we go. The Concave is real from TLO. Corrosive Biles hitting. Archon in the front gets picked off here. Nice flank from the top side there too. By Roaches and Ravagers. 150 to 118 total supply. Archon getting some nice damage off on these Roaches. Immortal trying to wreck all that he can, but just outnumbered. Just sheerly overwhelmed here. This Immortal has 6 kills, getting target fired by those Roaches, recognizing the potential for damage. Sentries on their own, really terrible in this situation. Adepts on their own in this situation, really terrible too. There are no charge lots. It's just going to be pure Adept. And yes, they have a Resonating Glaive, but by golly, that's too many Roach and Ravager, and that's your good game. Good luck. Peely Peely taps out, and TLO is your winner. Whew, yeah, it just came down to that early attack failing is what it was. You showed up with the DTs, there was detection, there were a bunch of queens, nothing died for TLO. And I think he lost a DT in the process. Did he lose a Dark Templar? Nah, he was able to save all of them, but yeah. Wasn't enough. 2 base, all in attack. TLO was quite ready for it, thank you very much. Clear Reconstitution was done, he had the Ravager count he wanted. His queens were awesome too. And that's going to be all she wrote. Okay, let's come back with more, probably a PvT this time, let's see if I can find one of those, but we'll be right back anyway. I changed my mind. We're going to go PvP instead. It's going to be StarCraft2 and ShoWTimE here on Lost and Found, the latter edition. Bottom left-hand corner, red Protoss ShoWTimE, who we've seen a lot today. And top right, blue Protoss StarCraft2, who is Dutch. So Germany here versus our Dutch blue player. Another short one here for PvP. Now that's interesting, because PvP openers are generally 2 gateways. You can either go double Stalker, double Adept, or one of each. Just kind of depends on your own playstyle and what you scout from your opponent. All that's pretty viable, honestly. I've seen people that do prefer Adepts just because it does seem to kind of trap your opponent in their base if they want Stalker. Just the threat of Adept run by is just so strong. That said, StarCraft2 coming down, man, with... Oh, he's cannon rushing. Hooray! About time we had a cannon rush. What is wrong with you, Protoss? Why'd you stop cannon rushing? Did it just stop being good? Maybe it stopped being good. All right, here we go. Is that in full view? That is absolutely in full view of ShoWTimE. What the crap are you doing, dude? I guess it doesn't matter if you can wall this off. You can't get in here. Oh boy, a Forge of his own from ShoWTimE is coming up here, but we're going to get cannons very soon. Trying to knock down this pylon with the 2 probes are here from StarCraft2, right? Cannon there, canceling 2 pylons, getting a cannon up instead, refunding his own money. Oh man, this is gutsy, man. This is cannon rushing in full view of your opponent and hoping it's gonna work. I love this from StarCraft2. I really do. Alright, cannons gonna finish. Chrono boosting out his Zealot very quickly, which is hugely important. This pylon, is he going to get the pylon before the Zealot? Nope, Zealot pops. Okay, it was close. It was close, but the Zealot popped, but now the gateway is depowered. And now the gateway is going to die. And now the forge is going to die. This is really well done, actually. Harstom's got a pylon on the high ground covered by these cannons. He's not making any more cannons. He's like, if I can kill this gateway and this forge, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. I don't think he's wrong either. I really don't. Alright, so pylon's up for Harstom. Ah, lost the probe there. A little bit careless by Harstom. He's trying to bait the Zealot in range of the cannon. Oh, it is in range of the cannon. ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE. Oh, well, that was going to be a cannon. Not anymore. Alright. Yep. Gateway's going to die. Forge is going to die. ShoWTimE has resigned himself to this fact at this point. There goes the forge. Ends up exploding. Gateway explodes too. Is that just it? Harstom's like, alright, smallest cannon rush of all time. Gonna destroy the gateway, gonna destroy the forge, and call it good. ShoWTimE has a forward pylon of his own, thank you very much, in case you were curious. Harstom got another pylon at the third base location of ShoWTimE, and it's gonna be a Stargate from ShoWTimE 2. This is so weird. This is such a weird... I've never seen a cannon rush end with 2 cannons before. At least not a game that still goes on. Right? Alright, so how long until Harstom sees this is the question. Is he gonna... Wow, is he gonna proxy an Oracle or something and get up here and just wreck Harstom and Harstom just didn't see it? That's kind of what it feels like right now, you guys. It kind of feels like this Oracle's gonna come out and just win the game. Oh, Harstom's doing the same thing. Void Ray. Void Ray from ShoWTimE, chrono boosting that out. Stargate follow-up. I don't know about this. There's 2 cannons already in ShoWTimE's main base for defense. And it's going to be Harstom. No, there's going to be Void Ray. This is going to be an insane game. Void Ray is going to come out sooner here for ShoWTimE. He still doesn't see this. Still doesn't see this. Stalker from the high ground clearing out these cannons. As they do provide a bit of a defense here. For that Void Ray to pull back to if it wants to. But the Void Ray is out for ShoWTimE. Here it comes. And there's literally no defense here. There's a shield battery, and that's it. Prismatic alignment. Coming down on this here Artosis pylon. And gonna lose tit for tat here. Gateway down. Cybernetics core down. Void Ray for Harstom. Trying to get to work here too. Is he recalling his Void Ray home? He's recalling his Void Ray home. How interesting. But ShoWTimE has 3 Stalkers here, and that's the good game. Yep, he saw the Stalkers. He saw the second Void Ray. Tapped right out. That was weird. What a weird PvP. I liked it. I really liked it a lot. So good job by ShoWTimE getting that win. Much excellent. And yeah, I think one more. Unless I can find 2 that are amazing. So we will be right back. Just really good comeback there by ShoWTimE. Gets cannon rush, loses a couple of buildings. No big deal. Just proxy a Void Ray. Get some Stalkers up here too. Call it good. What a boss. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay. I saw a Scarlet versus Kelazhur and said I gotta cast this one. We'll find a PvT to wrap it up. But for now, Scarlet and Kelazhur on Acid Plant. What the heck is it with an Acid Plant in short games? The rush distance is not short. You have to kind of wind your way around to get to your opponent's base. Sure, there are some rocks you can knock down for easier access, but that's not early game stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. This isn't particularly wide. Third base is fairly normal. Oh, Scarlet. Oh, Scarlet. Are you giving us all that we've ever wanted? Are you giving us the proxy hatchery, Scarlet? Oh, thank you so much. I was despairing that we'd go through this whole thing without a single proxy hatch, which is one of my favorite things in all of StarCraft 2. 100%. One of my favorite things in all of the StarCraft 2. Alright, here it is. That's got to be the proxy hatch. There's nothing else that can be, and by golly, it is. So proxy hatch here back home. We've got, I assume a spawning pool or something. Yes? Yes, no, yes. I'm getting a little loopy, you guys. If I start giggling at nothing, then you will know. You will know why. It's because I am tired. Tired. Actually, probably already know this, but just did a movie review as part of the podcast with Wade, the Falcon Paladin Hour. I do a weekly podcast with an Australian where we talk about StarCraft and movies and TV shows and books and pop culture and things like that. A little bit of sports ball in there too, if that's your jam. Anyway, you should probably subscribe. There's a link in the description. It's a free podcast. Every week we have 51 episodes out, so we're here for the long run. Alright, Reaper time. We have a bunch of them here. This is Jack the Reaper, which is a retread. We've done this one before, but it's been a while, so I'm going to allow it. Yes, Kelazhur is completely playing in the dark here, y'all. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's coming his way. He has no idea this proxy hatch is here. Double gas. What the what? So double gas off one base. Okay, so roaches. Roach Ravager. Oh, he scouted it. Jack the Reaper scouted the proxy hatch after it was done. All right, man. What do? You wall off. You try to go for tanks like as soon as terrenly possible here. Factory's already underway, which is good for him. He cancels building. What did he cancel there? Another supply depot? Yep, I like a bunker. Bunker choice here is pretty fantastic too. Ravagers, though. Ravagers are so good at stationary stuff, including tanks, including bunkers. They can really rip down bunkers, especially because bunkers don't have the range to hang with them, as it turns out. All right, so patrolling is Jack the Reaper. He was planning on getting out there and killing some people. That's what he likes to do. But unfortunately, he has to babysit. His boss told him it was time to babysit. Creep spread creeping on up. This is going to get real intense real soon for Kelazhur. That said, I like that he scouted it. He didn't see it early, but I think he saw it early enough to hold this. I really do. But again, Scarlet is a really good Zerg player too, so big time shots going down on this orbital command, not even really having to interact with the bunker, which is a problem. Tank 50% from completion. Corrosive Bile hitting that bunker, forcing repairs to be used. There is a... Oh, Jack the Reaper's down here trying to kill this expansion of Scarlet. That's fun. But there's a queen defending, so I don't think you're getting anything done, Jack the Reaper. Yeah, I know. There is a queen at home. I guess maybe he was hoping there wasn't one. Corrosive Bile, bam, bam, bam. Repair is happening. Repair is not free. If you repair, it's sucking minerals out of your bank up here, and you can't have as much to spend on what you want to spend it on. I don't know if that sentence made sense, but I think it did. My eyes are seriously drooping right now, but we got this. We got this. We have energy. We have energy to spare. Corrosive Bile on the tank. Gonna get it. Oh, and a couple SCVs too. That was big. That was a big time get by Scarlet. It's just 3 Corrosive Biles to take down a tank. That's all it takes. So if you're worried about tanks, Zerg players, 3 Corrosive Biles, bam, gone. Corrosive Biles on that supply depot, trying to supply block Kelazhur. You know what? They're going to get it too. That's the supply block, 46 out of 46. Kelazhur can't make any more stuff until another supply depot is done, which he is immediately starting construction on a couple of those. Another tank pops out. This is kind of intense. 58. Are we still doing Reaper stuff down here, Jack? Yeah, he has no kills, but he's being annoying. Corrosive Biling. Ah, gets the tank again. That was really big. I don't know if Kelazhur can come back from losing 2 tanks here, you guys. I just don't see it. Creep spread looking beautiful from Scarlet. Gonna go for the drop is Kelazhur, which I have to imagine Scarlet is ready for and is aware of. If Kelazhur wins with a single medevac drop of 6 Marines, I'm going to be extraordinarily disappointed. He is making some Ravagers up at the front. He is not making any defending units back home. This could be incredible for Kelazhur, you guys. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's enough Corrosive Bile to kill that bunker. Bunker down. And that tank, I think just regular old attacks. Hold position. Okay, hold position on the SCVs. Gonna do pretty well here for Kelazhur, and the drop is getting stuff done. Drones are forced to fight for their lives right now. And you know what? They're actually doing okay. That's really ridiculous. But a lot of Ravagers have died. Kelazhur holds off the attempt to storm up the ramp. The drop is held. 5 drones die. 12 SCVs get killed. It is 29 to 22 Harvesters. Tank comes out to finish off the final Ravager and that Creep Tumor. And wow, that hold position on those SCVs, preventing the Ravagers from getting close enough to kill the tank, was a thing of beauty from Kelazhur. Amazing play from him. That's why we watch the pros, you guys, is for stuff like that. Just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, mind-melting, whatever adjective. Adverb. It's a part of speech. 70 to 43 supply. Scarlet is way up right now with 9 Ravagers, or 9 Roaches, 3 Ravagers, versus 2 tanks and 4 Marines, which is what we see here. I mean, this is scrappy. This is about as scrappy as you get if you're Scarlet. You going in? I mean, putting the tanks in siege mode is basically, well, I was gonna say, it's a death sentence, because it is. I mean, I know it does extra damage and it does splash damage and stuff, but I think they're almost better not in siege mode. Okay, well. Oh, he picked it up! He saved the tank, but now there's just not enough back home. Yeah, I mean, this is just going up the ramp, which you're not supposed to do, but when that tank dies and all that's left are 2, 3, 4 Marines, Procebiles killing most of those. That's your good game. Well played. Kelazhur is done. And Scarlet is your winner in this ZVT. So aggression, super aggression with the proxy. Scarlet manages to make it happen. Let's come back with our final game for the Sunday series. We'll be right back after this. Okay, it's going to be DNS versus Massa here on Redshift, the Ladder Edition. Very excited for this one. Honestly, I am. Massa, aggressive blue Terran player in the bottom left. And then the French red Protoss player top left. He plays for Cascade Gaming. He is an up-and-coming player. He's not exactly made it to the round of 16 in these WCS events, but he is very, very good at what he does, nevertheless. He has a lot of fans among the Protoss ranks for sure, but Massa's going for the barracks. Going for the proxy barracks, and I don't know that DNS is going to see this, y'all. Yeah, there it is. Barracks 1. Under construction. Probe going for the scout. Now, this is important. This is really, really important for DNS. It's going to come on down. He's going to see that there's nothing in Massa's base. Nothing. Nothing in Massa's base. And that will set all of the alarm bells off in his head. Woo, 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 meh, 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 meh. Something's happening, and I'm playing against Massa. So obviously it's proxy, because that's what he does. He's the guy. All right, Probe. At 1 minute and like 20 seconds, you're going to know exactly what's going on here, and then it is time to go into DEFCON 8. I mean, Cybernetics Core, yes. Shield Battery is incredibly useful in this position, and here it is. Here it is from the DNS. Scouts doesn't see double gas. That's some good information to have. Doesn't see any. I mean, he's checking to see, is it a command center first play? Perhaps. The answer is no, and he's getting a Zealot. Because the Zealot is better than nothing, although not ideal against Terran. It is literally better than 0 units when these Marines show up. All right, so now he knows. Now he knows. Getting that Zealot. Going for a double gas. What the heck? And a Cybernetics Core. All right. Fair. I don't know that he needs double gas, but the Zealot's out. Zealot should start hoofing around, and I guess thought about trying to find that SCV, but couldn't. So this bunker is done, in range of where DNS would want to go for an expansion. Takes a couple shots, recognizes, okay, so this is where we at. He takes stock of the situation. He's not panicking. There's that shield battery that I mentioned previously. Really, really good against Marines, because especially unupgraded Marines, they don't really do that much burst damage. They do damage over time, and shield batteries are really good at healing through that, no problem. Robotics facility from DNS. Maybe Disruptor's Immortal, not bad in the situation either if you want to break this bunker. Massa's definitely committing to this, but not as hard as I thought. He's got a factory coming up back home. He's getting a double gas here too. It feels like maybe a Banshee follow-up if you're Massa, as you kind of put the fear of Terran into your opponent with some Marines, but don't really commit to it, and then hit them when they're not expecting it. Yeah, these barracks are coming up inside the base. This is absolutely not an all-in from Massa right now. Yeah, is that bunker still there? By golly, it is. All right, we'll keep an eye on it. We've got some stalkers here. Nothing's really coming in to kill us, and the barracks are flying home. All right, so barracks are flying home. Canceled whatever was building in that factory. Dang it, I wish I could have seen exactly what that was, but no, there was nothing. Stop. Where do we, I guess the Zealot's trying to absorb some of the damage so that the stalkers can actually do the damage on the bunker. War Prism, though. All right. War Prism and Immortal. He's going to try to drop on top of this thing, on top of Massa's house, and kill it. And you know what? The barracks are flying, which means they're not producing units. Which means the army for Massa is not big. Which means Massa might have just gambled and lost here. Oh, DNS. I would... Okay, I like it. Warp Prism's already out, dropping and killing this SCV. Aight. Let's keep going. So pretty. Warp Prisms are just pretty. Gonna unload on this. Okay, unload here in a fairly safe location. Warp in additional Stalkers and just go for it. I don't know that Massa has anything to stop this. I guess there are some Marines walking through DNS's base, killing all of his probes. Never base race a Terran. It's kind of what we're looking at here, though. This Cyclone needs to save the absolute day for Massa, but no, it goes down. Too many Stalkers. The Warp Prism Micro is good right here. This is turning into an insane level game. Where did the... Oh. Did he kill the... Okay, hold on. I know you hate it when I rewind. Some of you do. Oh, the probes won! The probes fought the Marines and won! And that was it. That was it. Stalkers were inside. All that Massa had was a Marine, and he decided to tap out. Yeah, additional warpins here. Good job, DNS. Way to take down the bigger name player, man. Way to do it. I still feel like Massa, I don't know. I don't know what it was. He went for a proxy, didn't commit to it, and then had to fly his barracks home, which meant his production was way slow. And in the process, DNS recognized the opening and just took it. I guess maybe he assumed or hoped that DNS wouldn't see that and give him a chance to get back and build back up here. But way to go, the French Protoss player getting the win against, again, the more established Terran. Go figure. Whew, all right, that's going to be it for me for today. This has been the Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another daily, not a daily one, but another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, as well as Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.